Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to another edition of the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2023 Random Percent Tournaments. Tonight we have the battle of the 0-1s, cdinprov versus Czardia. Joining me tonight on the mic is Magic Friends. Magic Friends, how you doing tonight?
It's a good day to watch some Zelda racing.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a great race show off here. Unfortunately, each of our runners lost their week 1 matchups, but looking at the race time stats as well as past finishes, these are two very evenly matched runners. I'm expecting a tight race tonight.
And this tournament field is stacked. I mean, a lot of runners that we consider favorites to make like top 16 or top 8 lost in round 1. So really, it's just about getting your flow until we get to the bracket stage. And then once you get to the bracket stages and it really matters, then let's see what happens.
Agreed. So Czardia, I believe, comes from the Final Fantasy randomizer community. cdinprov, having been here in the Z1R community for quite some time, but Czardia is climbing up the ranks quickly. And so this will be a good challenge to go up against CD, a long-time standing member.
Yeah, so this being Random Percent Tournament, if you haven't caught in any of our streams from last week, many of the flags in this tournament are going to be randomized. That means that we won't know exactly what the runners are dealing with until we get into the seed and start exploring a little bit. That could be anything from vanilla items, shapes dungeons, zero hit point enemies. There's a lot of flags that could be on. We're really only avoiding the ones that are super difficult for the runners, like blackout and zero one hit KO. So this is a seed where we're going to figure out what's going on the fly, and Melchior and I will try and give you as much information as possible as to what's going on.
Yes, I've got my notes at the ready. I just pulled them up as you mentioned it. Yes, we will be figuring out the seed at the same time as our runners. We will be starting momentarily here. Most important to note at the beginning is we start with 2 Triforces, but since we don't know our dungeon quest, we'll have to get into some dungeons to figure out what those 2 starting Triforces actually are.
Yeah, a couple of the Triforces can move around based on whether you're on first quest or second quest. So we'll see.
Yeah, and behind the scenes tracking for us, we have Dead Boy, aka Emax Allen. Been doing a great job with tracking as of late, and so I'm excited. Should be firing away any second now. Where do you think we're gonna start, Magic? Well, let's find out. Oh, we're starting above Vanilla 1 at the river.
All right, so this is a pretty good centralized location to start with. You can kind of up A to get back and start different cycles. Like when you get a candle, you can up A and start a cycle through Burn Row, or if you get a good stack of bombs, you can start a cycle up through Death Mountain, and then maybe Save Scum.
Those starting Triforces, at least one of them is level 6. Level 6 is one of the Triforces that doesn't move. The other one is either 4 or 5, and that's going to entirely depend upon our dungeon quest when we get inside. But I like Czardia going on ahead to the Vanilla Sword Cave. We're at 50-50 whether the Vanilla Sword has found its own cave. Not today.
But we
also have a full cave shuffle enabled, so we got to check all the open caves to look for our wood sword.
We do find a candle at the start point, though. It is not a guarantee that candles will be available at the take any's, so that candle could be an important point to come back to.
Yeah, we also have vanilla prices, and it looks like vanilla item layout in the shops. So that means we're going to have vanilla secret prices as well, as noted with Czardia picking up that 30 rupee secret. Here's level 8. That's a weird start. I want to pull up.
I don't think
one
that's
of my
a
maps.
start that is any kind of shape that we know of, because that's on column 2. Or that's on the road.
Alright, 4. Yeah. I'm gonna take a look. See here. Okay, it is not first. Oh gosh, that can be a 2Q8. That could very well be a second quest 8, starting in the bottom of the spiral. And if it goes to the left, it would kind of confirm it for me. CD's trying to do some pirouette tricks. The bottom ain't gonna open, and this will meet the merchant by a lake on Czardia's screen. So, some form of hints, but they could be deceptive hints.
Oh, that's a water block as soon as you walk into 8 to the right. And if the left side
traditionally there is a Chevy room in 2Q8.
If the left side doesn't open, it means that 8 is going to be hard ladder blocked. And 2Q8 has a lot of staircases, so that's very likely.
Alright, let's see it. Walk through? Yeah, that could be just a corridor stair to the left there, meaning that wall will not open. That's looking very 2Q8 to me. Which means if we have a 2Q, 6, 7, and 8, let me look at our Triforce nub in here. Then it is to be believed that Triforce that they already have would be level 4. Well, no, that's 2Q 7 through 8. That actually cancel that. Cancel that, Alan.
We'll have to see what happens on the first
have to learn.
First.
We'll have to see what 1 through 6 is. Yeah.
But that's a green level 3. It's not a brown level 3, which means that we're on mixed quest, I believe.
Yeah. Let's see. Random % notes. That was the one thing I was still trying to figure out. It's like, level 3 changes color? What?
So Czardia finds a take any, and it does not have a candle in it, so we're going to have to buy our candle, which means the runners are going to need to find 60 rupees and then convert it at the start location.
Yeah, first quest, brown 3 is 1Q or 1Q mixed. So good call there. Was it a green 3 or a brown 3?
It was a green, but it still had the regular level 3 entrance.
Okay, green 3 is second quest mixed.
Alright, so Czardia found an extra 30 rupees at the Forgotten location, so they have the 60 needed to go buy that candle from start.
Yeah, I would buy it immediately. Because just more exploration, you might find more take-inies to get more heart containers and such. CD, having not found anything recently, is just going to retry. Really didn't find much of value, going to get all her bombs back to further her exploration in other areas of the map. I like that. Very smart retry. Czardia going to buy the... Yep, there's their candle at Vanilla 1. Oh, never mind. They weren't at Vanilla 1. They were at Vanilla Sword Cave. Oh, bomb drop when you don't need it. But he did get that on kill 1 on the blue Octo. So I'm inclined to believe enemy groups did not shuffle.
I just picked up a letter from right next to start.
I like CD's play. Going over here to Graveside with the wrap over the river. Checking the Armos locations. Find what your free item is on the overworld. Uh-oh. That's heart shuffle. Right off the bat. Unless that is Coast Heart.
Yeah, that would either have to be a Coast Heart, or we are going to be doing a lot of digging.
And in my mind, that finding any kind of heart in the overworld gives a strong clue to heart shuffle. It's not guaranteed yet, but that is a strong clue. And CD is going to immediately skip checking connector. She knows she's in a 2Q mix. That was a 1Q spot. I'm going to pull up my 2Q mix overworld.
So a couple things about second quest mix.
Actually, that should open. She's only interested in her open games, I guess.
Well, with no item underneath the armor statue that could open a secret location, something like a power bracelet or recorder. CD knows now that the open caves are where her sword is going to be.
Yep. Czardia has found 9, and this looks like a first quest 5 for cdinprov, unless it shapes out in some weird fashion.
But that 9 entrance is the bottom of the jaw of
Wait a
Ganon's
second,
face,
we started
so...
at the 5? Never mind, this is a shapes 5. Yeah, because 1Q and 2Q5 don't start that far to the right. So shapes 1 through 6, and probably 2Q 7 through 9.
So that means we have a first quest layout for the first half and a second quest for the second half. Which
to the
means
notes.
That should be a 5?
That
Triforce?
should be a 5. She should already have that Triforce. Yeah.
And Czardia's and CD's bailing, which means they either really just want the sword first, or they recognize, like, okay, let's go look around first.
CD definitely values combat in the races I've seen her play. She wants the safety and security of using the sword to kill anything.
Big bucks, no whammy, stop! And you lose 20 rupees.
It's okay. It's actually interesting that says big bucks, no whammies, and not just pay me for the door repair. Because we've already seen one hint kind of thing. So it's possible that we're in a mixed hint scenario if we've seen community stuff combined with truthful stuff. We would have to see an actual hint cave to confirm that. Or see more hints in the dungeons. Here we go, 8.5 in, still no sword found. Those are some expensive hints. 46, 56, 44. No, those are not measurements. I like Czardia routing over to East Hyrule. Lots of open caves in East Hyrule, and I think the math actually checks out. There's more open caves in East Hyrule versus West. So
yeah, they have a good
find
route
that
going
sword.
here.
Find that sword.
This route also swings them by the coast so that they can figure out the coast item, which will also help us figure out how shuffled the items are.
Gotta be careful. Oh, good dodging. Expensive hints does not immediately imply any specific kind of hint type. It just means we're gonna spend a lot of money to find out. Ooh. But it does mean hints of some type are turned on. If it was full community hints, then we would have seen just straight 10s.
That's
Coast
a
heart
on the coast too, so
heart shuffle
is
confirmed. Oh no. Triforce in the Triforce room of this shape too. So it's quite possible that dungeon drops didn't shuffle. Now we're going to shapes. So when shapes and dungeon drops combine, from what I understand, map, compass, and the floor drop room enter the shuffle because of the way shapes has to generate random rooms to fill it out. But the Triforce room will stay the same regardless. So you can get easy Triforces in your 1 through 6, allegedly.
But that makes it even harder because we know we might need some of those floor drops, and in other seeds, players can target specific rooms like a boss room. We won't be able to do that tonight.
Oh, easily shapes. No level 4 starts that far to the left. But that's the first Triforce for cdinprov, 1045 in.
Czardia has also found a Triforce. Looks like they're just going to grab it and go as well. At this point, I like where CD is headed because there's 2 checks up here. Both the Grave could have her sword, and the level 6 entrance could have her sword. And there's 2 Grave spots because we're on Mixed Quest 2nd.
Correct. Mixed 2nd has so many potential block. Oh my goodness gracious! Sword in the grave.
Silver's in
Silver's
4.
in 4.
Well, this won't be a silver hunt. That silver's in 4 was pretty much right at the doorway.
Yes.
Czardia didn't even perform any combat to go find those.
That's fantastic. But Czardia is going to need sword or some kind of repeatable offense at some point. So we'll see how long it takes them to get back to the graveyard. No, wait. Anytime you find a sword in the grave, that's usually an oft overlooked or forgotten about spot until much later. So this is a good find for cdinprov. Level 3, found at the grave. I want to point something out right now. The hint on Czardia's side said 3 was in the dead woods. Deceptive hints is on.
Okay.
The way deceptive hints works is each hint that you find has a 50% chance, so it does this individually for every single hint. 50% chance whether it's truthful in everything it says, or it's false.
So that means we could have a seed that is the only deceptive hint in the entire seed, and we could have a seed where there is no good hint at all.
Correct. Like it's highly unlikely that that is the only deceptive hint in the seed, but the possibility is indeed there. So CD is clearing this room. Potential push blocks there here on the left block. Gotta be careful with the Pole's voice. They take a bunch of hits. Good kill for CD, and we have a staircase. Into an instant item, level 3 magical boomerang in the stair. Now, they will have to worry about floor items at some point. We have confirmed Heart Shuffle is on. So that's only 1 item found in 3 so far, and 1 item found in 4 so far.
This early in the race, that magical boomerang can be very helpful, especially if you're not comfortable with a lot of combat. Just keeping the enemies from moving around while you stab them can really save you some time. Oh, and we see now, of course, with Second Quest 8, it also means Second Quest enemies. So red bubbles are active.
Well, cdinprov's going to get her second acquired Triforce, 4th total, 14 minutes into the game. Still many more items to locate, especially in a Second Quest mixed overworld.
Czardia just took a death over near the northwest corner. But that is going to help route them back up to Death Mountain a little bit. So this might actually help them out.
Could be a blessing in disguise if they can get back over to the graveyard. But currently we're heading over to Vanilla 5 into Waterfall. And since we're on a Second Quest mixed overworld, Magic Friends, money is going to be tight. There's only 1 large secret. There's only 1 100. The rest are only 30s and 10s, but level 1 is found over here at the the Vanilla White Sword Cave.
Yeah, to extrapolate on your point, since we already spent 60 on a candle, there's not a whole ton left to go pick up that you can reliably just throw money at. So like getting a blue ring, that's real difficult in this kind of seed.
Oh yeah, we probably will not be seeing a blue ring tonight. Czardia is trying to pick his locked doors very carefully. I would want to go left. It's going to try and generate to the center. That's the way shapes works. Might have some swordless going on here. Leave the room, get your candle shot back. The blue candle can only shoot 1 at a time. At least see what this keys room is going to drop, then you can pick up that Triforce and make other decisions. There's the map. It is a very tiny one, but like I said, going to the left would have gotten you more rooms. But Czardia will be rewarded with their Triforce out of level 1, 16 minutes into the seed.
That nice little ruby slipper shaped one.
For real.
Didn't yield any items, though. So that's... Czardia still looking for their first piece of repeatable combat.
Yes, they're gonna have to... Graveyard ain't far if you can just wrap over the river. And CD now has her candle. 16 minutes in, her exploration will start increasing. I want to know something else, Magic Friends. We've seen all of our dungeons. Nothing is blocked tonight. Even in a second quest mix overworld, we have seen all of our dungeons.
Did we see 7?
I thought you said we'd seen 7. Have we not seen 7 yet?
That's the only one that my brain isn't automatically saying yes we have.
Okay, according to the missus, we have not seen 7. So hold that phone. There's still many more locations to check.
Yeah, we still have a lot of the overworld to check out. CD's just now starting their burn locations, and Czardia is down to 2 bombs, so they're not really bombing too much right now. Plus, we know that with the mixed overworld, like, every place has to get checked.
Yes.
Was that?
She was just sorting. And she got a bomb drop off of red levers. That's not right.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of shuffling going on here.
There's some enemy drop group shuffle in the mix. Czardia has found 5. I don't know if they're aware that they already... No, okay. No. They've been in this 5. They have the Triforce out of 5. No. That was the one they started with. Okay. They may not have figured that part of the puzzle out yet. But more swordless happening here, having to constantly re-enter the room to get the candle flame back.
So Czardia might be thinking that this 5... So Czardia saw the Coast Heart, which we knew meant that Heart Shuffle was on, but Czardia hadn't seen the one under the Power Bracelet slot. So they might still be thinking this is vanilla and thinking, hey, you know, if I can get a quick recorder out of here, I could get a lot of acceleration.
And there's another heart, just further confirming Heart Shuffle enabled. cdinprov finds the heart container at the white sword item. I think Czardia is just trying to find progress anywhere, Magic Friends, and the best progress you could find right now would be to wrap over that river. Well done. Get into that graveyard and push some stones. The sword is waiting.
I have noticed, though, that Czardia is wisely using the reset function. They have reset to 2 bombs a couple of times now.
Okay. cdinprov back into level 2, this time with a sword in hand and more resources available. And
Beefy.
bosses have rolled up.
Ooh, that's really beefy.
Woo,
that was
well
2
done.
bombs
Good
plus?
Kill.
Was that 2 bombs
it's normally 4 HP, so you would use 2 bombs anyway. Because 6 to 8, Manhandla is going to require at least 2 bombs.
Yeah, Manhandla can't go above 2 bombs, right? I don't think there's a way for that.
No, there's not. Unless max HP, but no.
Alright, Czardia just found their heart location underneath the armor statue. They're on the way to the grave now.
Good. We also have a segmented 2 here, Magic Friends. We found a staircase which normally does not appear in level 2. This particular grid room is a drop room in Vanilla 2.
Yep,
so CD's aware of her vanilla knowledge, so I'm gonna clear it out, see what we find.
Yep, this is the room right before the Dodon goes in Vanilla 2, and the key pops up in the upper right corner.
It's just like normal. Czardia gonna skip the Triforce in 3 currently, looking for anything. They're so close to their sword if they can get back to the grid. CD is in the perfect spot to fight the Skleok. Also, we have perma sword beams on. So CD's advantage just continues to grow by having that sword with the safe combat available. So by standing on the perfect pixel, you can shoot from the doorway, and 99% of things will miss you, and CD is rewarded with the wand.
There you go. Now CD's got a huge melee upgrade.
There's still one more item in this tube.
Okay, Czardia is now picking up their second heart take any heart, and they'll have their sword in just a moment. And they have found a lot of the dungeons, so rerouting back to the dungeons shouldn't be hard. There's actually a couple of them just back to the right.
Yes, Czardia should be able to. And they've been keeping up in the Triforce game specifically. They'll have to clear dungeons to get up on the item count. I mean, but they have the silvers.
Yeah, Czardia having the silvers right now is a big help.
Hello, Dodongo. You made poor life choices today. Czardia already having the Triforce and is going to go further into 3, looking for the items. This particular room is the item of the magical boomerang that cdinprov found earlier. Meanwhile, there's the map of 2. That is quite a large 2. Power Bracelet is the other item in level 2. And cdinprov has no doubt in her mind now, Heart Shuffle is on.
So the Power Bracelet, we haven't seen any warp zones yet. So there's a good shot the 4 warp zone locations are still vanilla. But
I agree. We're on a 2Q overworld though. We have 3 additional Power Bracelet spots that open.
Exactly.
Czardia got the magical boomerang, but left. They may not be aware of the heart shuffle that's currently on yet.
Well, Czardia also realizes that there's a shot they only need 1 more item. There's a shot they just need a bow. There's, a higher chance that they need a ladder as well. But if you already have 1 item out of a dungeon, and you still have dungeons where you need Triforces, you still have dungeons where you don't have any items, and you know where level 1 is too, it makes sense to maybe we'll reroute back to that.
It is a potential risk. I like doing low dungeons myself, but Czardia continuing through Death Mountain, cdinprov on Candle Row.
Czardia might also feel a little bit behind, because that was a pretty late sword.
Don't worry, CD, it ain't gonna open. Mixed Quest. So, the way Mixed Quest Overworld works is that a number of the locations that are only found in, first quest, or only found in second quest, some of those will not open. Any location that is shared between both quests will always open. And then any of the locations that are, special will generally open. Say, the Recorder Lakes are always going to open.
Alright, so CD has their location of 9 already, and it's just 1 screen to the right of where we're spawning.
Yeah, I think Czardia is heading back to no keys. Remember, that one had a lot of key blocks. This may not turn out well for Czardia. One typically has a lot of keys. They were bouncing around, having to pick and choose combat rooms last time. Let's hope Czardia can get a key drop and keep going further in this level 1.
And this is probably the best location for Czardia to start digging, because it's the one location that CD hasn't seen yet.
We're gonna need some key drops, though. This room was already cleared. Oh, but they don't remember they already did this. Banana key does not work unless there is a shutter door present in the room. I mean, you can't do it off a bomb hole, but it's incredibly hard. Czardia was trying to see if they could get a freebie walk through that key door, but they would need the shutter door for the banana key trick. And this is blocked off key door as well. And Czardia is now gonna... Oh, you can bomb up! You can bomb up. All rooms in 1 through 3 should be interconnected, and if it's not, it's because there's a wall or an old man on the other side. That's traditionally a drop room in level 1, the pointless moat. Good use of sword beams by Czardia. And that Gliot did not take a lot of hits. I think oh my word, bosses are plus or minus 4 HP.
Unfortunately, that was not one of the drop rooms, so that must have been... Ooh, that's a ladder!
Ladder!
Alright, I mean, Czardia has 2 of the 3 pieces that are, you know, ladder's not hard required, but you almost always want the ladder.
Ooh, Goma.
That could have been the other drop room, though. Because the first moat did not drop, that second one is much more likely to be the other one.
Oh! Get in there! Uh-oh, Wizzy, please! Staircase room of 1, just magical boomerang. So that's 2 items of level 1 known.
Yeah, Czardia's thinking about it. Yeah, they're gonna bail on that. 2 out of 3, and you got the ladder.
And Wizrobes, 2 out of 3 and Wizrobes. Thinking.
You can't think for too long. You're gonna get beat up by those Tektites.
They're out. Meanwhile, cdinprov is sitting at a very nice rupee count. And if she continues on this path, will hopefully locate her level 1 as well.
Still gonna be a minute. They're gonna end up in the northwest corner. I think there is one location.
Czardia has to check these ladder spots. We're in a mixed 2Q overworld. Oh! Okay, there's a shop. One more. It's right there where the Zola appeared. Yep. Oh! No. Alright, so no sneaky 7 in 2Q8 spot. Meanwhile, CD has found the instant silvers.
Alright, so CD gets their silver arrows, but we're still on a bow hunt at minimum.
And we got the big dungeons remaining. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not to mention still outstanding items in our lower dungeons.
Oh,
One item in 1. 1 item in 3.
Don't forget, second quest 7. Second quest 8. That's
yes.
A lot of staircases.
Yes, that is a lot of staircases. Usually a lot of bosses, a lot of blocks, and a lot of pain. Not to mention the fact we have to go through that second quest 7 and 8.
That's right.
We need those Triforces.
The ladder was hard required because of that 8, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So that means that before she can go anywhere, CD has to get to level 1 up in the corner and get that ladder.
Oh, here's a segmented 4. We've already found one staircase. The only way another one's gonna exist if we create a segment like this. Holy whoa, that's centered to the other side of the map.
It's opposite day, as we're on the opposite sides of the map. Czardia just found our one big secret. It is up in that northwest corner near the candle shop.
That money is going to be precious. Preserve it. It's going to be spent on keys or bombs. CD's going for a kill here. Nice. The old ruin has a heart container in the dead woods. True. We know that hint to be true. We found that heart container on cdinprov site. I think extra boss is turned on.
Yeah, this is the 4th Gleeok and the 3rd Dig Dogger. The 2nd Dig Dogger in just this dungeon, so we're on extra hard mode.
Oh my gosh, yeah, extra bosses. And like we said previously, mixed second quest overworld. The chances of getting a blue ring are very slim. Heart container's going to be valuable. It's a good thing they each found letter early, because potions are going to be valuable. And Czardia is stocking up. They're up to 8 hearts now.
And since Heart Shuffle's on, there's going to be... Generally, when Heart Shuffle is on, we find a few more hearts than normal, since when it's off, we can just ignore the floor drops. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it's more likely that we end up with mags, so...
CD is digging for the floor item of 4, spinning that key to get to this other side we had not seen previously.
Those are 3 hit point Vireses. So the Vireses rolled down because with the combo stab, they were able to pop the Vireses, but without the combo stab, with just the wand, they were turning into bats.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Look at that segment.
And it would have to be 3 because we're only hitting with the 1 damage wood sword and the 2 damage.
Yeah, so 3. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, CD! That room is death. So she's spending a lot of extra time going through the full dig of this floor. There is a room south in the V column that you would not know about without the map. Oh wait, never mind. You would know about it. There's an open door. But she hadn't been there yet.
Alright, so Czardia is back into this 5. They just found the compass, so they do know that they don't need to get the Triforce out of here, but they really want this item.
Clock in a Wallmaster room. CD's gonna have to respawn the room. The Wallmasters are stuck in the wall because of that clock, which freezes all enemies. But there were no more enemies in the room. Fortunate for her. And Czardia doing the dance of the Gleeoks.
Yeah, you've made a lot of progress in this 5. It's worth it to spend that potion now and save your progress.
I agree. Do not die this deep in.
I need to learn that lesson so badly. I do that all the time where I'm like, I don't want to use it yet.
What I tend to do is, like, I'll show a little bit of confidence, but the moment that I'll know how much stuff can do damage to me. If I'm on like 2 hearts, it's like, alright, I can take one more fireball and then I'll die. So the moment I get hit by the next fireball, I am reflexively pausing the game, going to my potion, and just spamming the B button. cdinprov's gotta be careful as well. Half a heart, taking a lot of time, being very thorough in this 4, wants to know the floor drop, knows that Heart Shuffle is on, knows that she's looking for a bow! I was about to say it! Bow and silver's both in 4.
Oh, that means Czardia needs to get back to 4.
That will take some time. $35.30 cdinprov, bow and silvers in hand with the Triforce at level 4. 5 Triforces on the board.
Yeah, our tracker, Dead Boy, keeping us honest. We still have not seen this 7, and we're running out of overworld spots for it to be.
I agree. Yeah, we've seen a lot of just the easy checks on the overworld. We will have to progress into some of the more block checks at some point to find that level 7.
And currently, we have found nothing but the ladder to open up any of those checks, and the ladder checks are dead.
And cdinprov will have to get into level 1 because 8 is ladder block. If she continues on this path through the Lost Hills, she should find level 1 over at the Vanilla Whitesword Cave.
I don't know how good cdinprov is at screen scrolling, but even if you just walk through, that should.
Oh,
that
you don't
should
have
work.
to. You don't have to scroll it. You can just walk around. But CD knows how to scroll. She's good with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really more about how comfortable are you in a race. Like I myself, I really only scroll when I have to because I'm not comfortable doing it fast enough.
Understandable.
And then I want to watch a person like Sis Crusher. They're just like bloop 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 bloop, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, no wonder you're faster than me.
Just watch Green Mario's recent 80% runs. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, watching Lack Attack just like mindlessly clipped everywhere. It's like, I wish.
Alright, well, this is going to be the large secret for CD, and this is kind of significant. This puts her above 200 rupees. If she saves a bit, she could afford that blue ring.
Well, we did save a lot of money not needing our arrows in this race. But CD, we haven't found very many keys. So if I'm CD, I'm probably thinking, man, if I see a key shop first, I'm probably gonna spend it on and just make sure I don't get mugged all this money away.
You have to go through 2Q7 and 2Q8 with extra bosses on. This will be one of the few times, and it all depends on the skill of the runner. I would possibly value blue ring over keys, because you can find keys by clearing rooms in your dungeons.
All right, so there's some confirmation on our power bracelet. Oh, I forgot that CD found the power bracelet a long time ago, but that's confirmation.
Here's one of her checks.
So the first check up here was vanilla. It was a warp zone, so most likely our warp zones are vanilla.
Yes. And this extra check right here that she's walking through in the up the mountain, that's one of the 3 additional checks unlocked by the second quest overworld. And see, what I would not mind spending my money on right now, anywhere from 40 to 60 rupees, I'd be buying a potion in no time flat, man. Knowing I still have to do a 2Q7 and a 2Q8.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I'm at 168 and I walk in someplace, I'm probably looking at potion plus key more than I'm looking at like save and trying to get blue ring.
Well, here we go. cdinprov has found level 1.
Czardia has their Triforce out of level 2, so they currently have a 1 Triforce lead.
And if CD spins this key to go to the left, she'll probably check all the other rooms around. I wish she had not up an 8 though. She's gonna lose all that heart. She's rupee farming. She wants the blue ring, dude.
This could be a really big play.
You can't leave the room. She's gonna. Oh, okay. Well, you can leave the room. Just don't touch any of them. If she sees that the dungeon is stupid with combat, which she'll see in a sec. There's the ladder. Sup, Wizzy, say hi. She definitely... So by up and A-ing in that room, and never leaving it, quote-unquote, she just teleported away, that rupee boss is going to respawn until she formally leaves that room by picking up all the rupees and walking out of a door. She's going to leave that one Wizrobe there, so if she has to re-enter that room, it's easier now. It's going to save the enemy count of the Wizrobes in that room. But she's definitely might re-enter that rupee room 8 times or something to max out her count so she could buy a blue ring. But she'll do that at the very end if she requires it. And that's why she's being very careful not to touch any of these rupees.
It looked like the red Wizrobes had only rolled to 4 hit points. So at least the reds are pretty normal hit point change.
Can't fight that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she can. She's got both. Oh, baby. This could be a drop room.
remember, we saw the other moat room get cleared out by Czardia, and that didn't yield any floor drops. So this could be our third item.
Keys are valuable. You still have to go to a 2Q7 and 2Q8. She's going to spend a key to go south here. Czardia has not seen this room.
This is not normally a drop in one.
Correct, not the big 4, it's the small 4. But Referee, you do! Oh, she's so happy!
Well, throw that money right out the door. We don't need that no more.
Baby! Oh, baby! Oh, baby! Everything is coming up CD Improv tonight!
Yeah, for her, there's not really. She just needs to figure out where this. Well,
the Triforce is over here, but she's still missing one floor drop, and knowing that she's still missing other dungeons, she's probably gonna try and find that floor drop.
Oh, CD Sprite was throwing me off. I'm like, didn't she just pick up this thing? Oh,
yeah,
wait.
She's got random colors. All right, we do have Czardia going into Death Mountain. We have not seen 7 yet, so keep your eyes peeled on Czardia's side.
Czardia is now up to 168 rupees as well, so they're closing in on some the ability to do some extra shopping.
They missed that bomb. I think they missed that bomb by 1 tile. I could be wrong, but I want to notate that spot for later. This is traditionally a drop room in 1, but we know of all of 1's items.
Dark Nuts and Wiz Robes are in the same dungeon.
Yeah, and CD knows because that didn't open from the right side. Her corridor stair is 1 room up. She knows that for a fact. She's beelining it.
Well, she's got to be careful. Well, she's got that red wing, so that's going to help.
She'll be fine.
This room.
It's going to be interesting to see that green tunic Zero taking so little damage, but that's all the items in 1 for CD Improv. Triforce and out. Yep. And now the true test begins. Second Quest 7 and Second Quest 8.
Lord Banana has been abandoned once again, but we picked up its friend earlier, so.
7 found! At Second Quest 9, that's all of our dungeons. But here, enjoy the Second Quest Extra Bosses 7. With the easy Triforce. Dip! Dip! Hashtag never 7. Dip!
Well, Czardia is still looking for a bow, so Czardia is like, I gotta find items.
I would check any other dungeon besides 2Q7 and 2Q8. He's doing very well on these Dark Nuts so far. Or, they're doing very well on the Dark Nuts so far. This is going to take some time, though, with just Wood Sword could kill.
Yeah, you don't recognize how long it takes you to fight these. Even when you're doing a good job against it, it eats up minutes.
Maybe, just maybe, if Czardia finds the stair item in 7 quickly, they'll bail. Not having to look for the floor. But yeah, the advantage, huge advantage to CD Improv right now, both on knowledge and on combat and on survivability. Like, she's got wand, she's got bow, she's got red ring, and most importantly, she's got coverage, because by continuing over here to get to the end of Death Mountain, she'll locate her last dungeon and knows she doesn't have to dig out any more. Though here's the thing, Recorder could be very valuable. We're talking about extra bosses. Dig Dogger could be a jerk.
So Czardia, I think, just now recognized that they're on a second quest because they tried to bomb north in the lower staircase of the lower area of 7,
and they're out.
And they left. Well, I think they went in. Were like, wait a minute, this doesn't bomb, and I already found a staircase, and there's another staircase room to the left. I don't want to be in here.
There we go. They didn't know it initially, but after seeing the rooms, noted. Second Quest 7. Don't stay here.
Well, yeah, because we entered that 2Q8 from a kind of a weird angle, so it still could have been either shapes or
Get the potion.
2Q, so...
CD wants the heart. Maybe gonna see if she could get up to mags. And she knows these red levers drop bombs. Sometimes.
CD needs to be looking for... CD's got to be looking for a dungeon. Did she not...
There's the potion. Nice.
Did she not get the Triforce in 1?
No, she did. I think Tracker is eating inputs. We'll find out when she pauses again.
Tracker loves to eat inputs.
Oh, absolutely it does. It's always hungry. Nom nom. That's the tracking program, not the tracker itself, not the tracker person. Keys would be nice, but if we're working, all you have to do is get your Triforces out of 7 and 8. Second Quest 9 is actually pretty easy to get through Magic Friends compared to a First Quest 9, which is just a monstrous beast of a dungeon when it's randomized.
Yeah, some of the doors don't even need bombs because you've got some walkthroughs, you've got less staircases to worry about.
So Czardia will get the news here as soon as they. By the way, I think that's the vanilla room that the map drops in for 2Q8 in the Chevy. They don't even need the news. They know they're in a 2Q. What they might need is that bow though. That bow back and forth. This could be, if this doesn't open, blessing in disguise. Oh man, this is good. If this leads Czardia away from 2Q8, they might go redig their smaller dungeons again.
Yeah, this 8 looks very much like this 8 is blocked by the Gomas, so...
CD has the bombs and is in the vicinity for 2Q7. Just has to get all the way over to the far corner. Blessing in disguise that Czardia gets blocked right here. Now the decision. Which dungeons do you redig?
Let's see. Czardia's seen one of the 2 items in 3. Czardia has not seen the second item in 2. So they have 1 item in 3, 1 item in 2, 1 item in 1, 1 item in 4.
They're currently heading to... What was up here? Oh, they're checking the power bracelet spot. They should know where everything is, though. There's nothing here. Of value, at least.
Have they seen 5 yet? Because we started with Triforce 5.
Yes, they were both in 5. Czardia was in 5 swordless.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
White sword item is a heart container. They could be looking for 6. We started with Triforce 6, but who's to say an item Czardia needs is not there? At least in their mind. And that would be unfortunate if that were the case. They need to get back into level 4. Which I forget where we found 4. I do believe it was over here on the east side of Hyrule. Here we go, cdinprov into 2Q7, and she's going to do a happy dance when she sees the Triforce is just right here. Hashtag never 7. $50 in. Each of our runners at 7 Triforces apiece, but one of them has more crucial information with silvers and bow and red ring and wand in hand. cdinprov is fully in the driver's seat.
Yeah, cdinprov definitely has the gear to finish the seat off. Now it's just a matter of, are they able to navigate 8 quickly, and can they? Because 8 has a lot of staircases in 2Q, so you can get very lost in there.
Czardia is heading. What was up here?
I mean, if Czardia screen wraps from here, that puts him back into 1, which is the red ring.
Yeah, Czardia's heading to 1. Which, no. This ain't... Okay, they might have gotten confused. Unless they're going to potion up a bit. Okay. Yeah, they got confused. 1 is 1 more left in the the White Sword Waterfall Open Cave. Now, here's the deal. How painful is this 2Q8 going to be? More importantly, how key blocked is this 2Q8 going to be? cdinprov with the full confirmation now of Second Quest 8.
So we're going to find out in this room that they do need to kill this Gliok to make progress.
Go on. But yes.
I'm gonna ask more Miyamoto someday why every enemy starts with a G in this game.
Right? Must be a Japanese thing. It might have just come out bad in translation. In Japan, they all start with different first letters, but in the US, it just turned to garbage, which is also starts with a G. It takes you one room up. Oh. Also, you have to clear the diamond rooms in Second Quest. They can have drops. Mind you, they won't have the Triforce. The Triforce is going to be in its own room.
But CD is still considering the fact that they need keys as well.
Yes, I like the fact of still killing, looking for keys.
Alright, so Czardia is picking up their Triforce in 5. I think they're
You'll
just picking this
discover
up for
they
the
already
health.
had that one.
I think it was for the health refill. They were down to a heart and a half.
Could be. I would try and bomb up. Sure tried to walk through, but there's... Unless a one-off takes you to that one room at the top of the spiral, then I don't want to leave any rooms behind when I start taking staircases. cdinprov going up. Triforce found! Get out of Dodge! Wow!
Alright, cdinprov at 53 minutes and 25 seconds is ready to go into 9. This is a second quest 9, so it's a little bit shorter than the first quest.
Save for the Goma blocks, those are some of the more friendly 2Q7s and 8s I've ever seen. Oh no, Czardia is trying to combat this Dart Nut room, sees a potential stair room, gonna spend the potion, gonna spend the bombs, and really has to be careful. And the worst thing, the absolute worst thing about finding stair rooms in 2Q5, or just in 5 in general, it's not a rule, but it might as well be an acceptance. The first stair you find in 5 is always going to be a transport.
They're doing a pretty decent job of corralling these Dark Nuts for the bombs.
Oh yeah, they're doing
all the bomb shots have been
fantastic.
doubles.
They're doing fantastic. Beam's helping out, doing good work with the combat. cdinprov into Second Quest 9. Where is the pig hiding in the bunny? Just keep a count on CD's resources. Look at those keys and look at those bombs. We may need them. Czardia is cleaning up this Dark Nut room. Please give an item. Please. Not that kind of item. All you get is a single bomb for your efforts. Nothing pushing, nothing opening.
CD dug around in that room and finally figured out that going to the right was a walkthrough.
Yeah, 2Q loves those. A lot of the walkthroughs in 2Q are left to right. Or 2Q9. Oh look, more Rupee Boss also appearing in the extra bosses. Oh my gosh, Wizrobes and Dark Nuts in the same room. NSU nonetheless. This is gonna be a hard one for Czardia. And it's shuttered, you have to make the kill. Got the Wizzy stuck for now. Uh-oh. I'm gonna shut up. Oh, and out the bomb hole. It's gonna reset all the HP. Meanwhile, beyond the listen on cdinprov side, when we hear a loud tantrum, we could have a pig. And we'll see dark rooms because this is a second quest 9. But when we hear a loud tantrum, Ganon is on the other side of the wall somewhere. I think that could be a staircase room, the one she just left with the key in it.
Yeah, in second quest, those can be pushed.
Uh-oh, now she's swordless. She does have potions still.
The wand should give her enough combat to at least wiggle around these rooms and get to staircases.
Yes, she'll have to have a potion though, unless she finds a blue bubble, because she'll need sword to fight Ganon.
Yes, we did end up lucky though. This is not a Wizrobe dungeon, so they should be able to navigate most of this with just the wand, and then save the potion for Ganon.
Yes, I agree. I've cleared black rooms. In first quest 9, black room has the compass. Meanwhile, Czardia has found another potential staircase room in 5. Oh, we hear roar! On the other side of the chute, there is a pig in waiting. Which side, though? Not here. And it wasn't left. Ganon's down. You have to go through Red Bubble Alley. Gonna go ahead and take the bop. Knows she has a potion. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Here's Ganon, and he's moved. He's in a pointless moat room tonight, which means Zelda is also not in her own room. Allegedly.
Right, so CD has
0 HP,
0
Ganon.
hit points. Gets the pig kill.
Down. Down. There you go.
Alright, we got 3 doors to check. Zelda could be behind any of these 3 doors that we haven't been on the other side of yet.
Correct. Czardia does find one of the items in 5. It's just a heart container. CD? CD, go back and check the other doors. I'm scared. Zelda definitely could exist in one of those 2 shutter doors that open adjacent to Ganon.
Yeah, it just depends. Maybe CD saw other entryways to get into those rooms, so they chose not to go that way.
Yes, maybe she's seen them from the other side. But looking at the map, that did not seem to be the case. We're heading to the top right ear. That may not be her. Bubbles don't count. If we see a shutter door open when all the enemies have been cleared, that will be Zelda. But
Yeah.
bubbles and spike traps don't count.
But we saw an open door to the right in the last room, and this has 2 shutter doors, so it won't be, other than Ganon's room, it won't be a room that has multiple shutter doors. So,
Yeah, it's gotta be a single.
so this
It's
right-hand
funny.
room's not going to be it either, unless it's a transport case to where we need to go.
The kidnap awaits in northwest of Skull. Do you believe him or not? Deceptive hints. I wonder if they figured that out by now.
I mean, any focal point at this juncture is something you probably chase down, because you're going to go check anyways. You might as well have a 50% chance of being right.
I agree. She's already been to the far northwest. There's
Yeah,
a
but
few connector rooms in the V and E columns.
it could be like that sneaky spot above the left eyebrow.
Yeah. I'm still scared about the room she left adjacent to Ganon. Unless her map tells her otherwise, I'll continue to be scared. But CD is also clearing most of the rooms that have quick combat, so she could just find a compass soon. Like, I'd be killing keys to look for a compass. Going up. We're going to the T. Spill the tea. Meanwhile, Czardia is revisiting all of the large dungeons that they've already previously seen. and unfortunately has not remembered. Only one item has been found in level 4. It's hard to get to that left side. That may be for a reason. There was a key door with red bubbles a key room with red bubbles in the spike trap layout that CD did not push. That's another one that could come back to the forefront of her mind at some point.
Yeah.
So now Czardia is going to dig 2Q7 looking for the bow.
Yeah, it looks like CD is just being as thorough as possible, just like really forcing their way into each room to cover like the whole corners.
As you should.
Oh, that's it.
But you got to get over from the other side,
which I think is blocked. I think we have to find a
find a staircase. You have to find a staircase to get the Zelda. So everyone remember that spike layout room that had the red bubbles and the key on the floor. Because that could definitely be a second quest stair that cdinprov would need to push.
I mean, I'm a member of the Take Every Stair Club, so I'm kind of happy that for once it's like, no, you need to take stairs.
She's already seen all of these rooms. Oh, this goes forward.
Okay, does it go north?
This probably will not be going north. I will shut up.
Okay, now we need
this
to go...
This walks to the right.
That doesn't help. That's still the bottom of the chute room.
Oh, okay, go back left. Will we see an opening? This is the routes.
Oh, I wanted my staircase.
I did too, man. But that means that old man was lying. Everyone get your GGs and your cookies ready. That is the northwest. No, it is one south of the northwest, I think. I think northwest would have to
not
consider
northwest.
I don't know. It's right in the middle. Heck it. Get your GGs in chat for cdinprov finishing in first place with an official time of 1:04:21. All the cookies, all the GGs. Well done, CD. Excellent routing throughout. If not for the trolley Zelda, that was sub-hour.
Yeah, really, that was just the trolley Zelda was the only thing keeping it from being that fast. And that's sub-hour with 2Q, 7, and 8.
Oh, yeah.
And 9. And it's sub-hour with Heart Shuffle-On.
And makes 2Q overall. Like, cdinprov is not messing around. She is here to take names.
Is she taking names to deliver cookies?
That's what we all hope. As we are joined by cdinprov here in the race room. GG's.
Thanks! How are you doing today, Malkir?
I'm doing good. I bet you're thrilled about that performance.
Well, considering about 5 seconds before we started, maintenance showed up to fix the leaky pipe underneath my sink, I was a little bit tilted since the very beginning of the race.
Oh no! I did see your slightly delayed start, and I'm like, nah, that's not a big deal.
Well, that was my controller unplugged itself too. I was like, no! I'm trying to like not be rude to the poor guy, and then yeah, I'm just going, all right, you know, yep,
Thanks
it was
a lot.
one of those things.
Here it is. Do your work. I'm in the middle of an official match right now.
So I let him in. I let him in as we were waiting for the setup person. And I'm just like, look, I know this is really, you know, nerdy or whatever, but I'm about to start a race, which means as soon as we start, I really won't be able to talk to you. I'm very sorry. And he's like, okay. And he just shook his head. But yeah, so
what happened?
How about
what
level
happened
4?
in the real world? Happened in the real world is just all the karma to give you the incredible luck for the seed itself.
Well, I mean, I also
the same
I know when I stayed in there, I'm going, I don't know if this is a good plan. I don't know if this is a good plan. I know Heart Shovel's not, I'm going to stay in here. But, I mean, to cap it off, I actually was at the Toyota dealer for most of this morning, trying to get my car fixed. So, yeah, it's been a day.
The big
game's
difference
making
in this,
it up for you.
Yeah, the big difference in this seed currently is that Czardia found silvers, but found it when they didn't have a sword yet. So they have not gone back to 4. They just finished digging out. They just finished digging out 2Q7 and finding heart containers. They're still looking for the bow as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, at that point, I knew I needed a ladder because the first thing I really found was second quest level 8. And yeah. I have to say, though, that was the nicest second quest level 7 and 8 that I've seen. Like, what, 2 staircases? There's a Triforce, go away. So not having to dig that was really, really nice. And to answer 2 questions in chat, no, sink's not fixed. Neither is the Prius, but it is running. No, they have to order me a part for both of them, oddly enough. So today is, we need to order parts in real life day. But the sink should get fixed tomorrow and the Prius is fine. She melted her own taillight because she did good.
Oh my word.
I mean, electrical, gotta love it. And I'm looking forward to, though, I mean, I do have the consolation prize if this wasn't a terrible seed. And I walked into one and I saw that rupee boss and I'm like, oh, I'm getting close to blue ring money. I'm leaving this here. Well, no, I was leaving it there because I knew it was second quest money as soon as I saw the green entrance to, level 3, and at that point I was like, I haven't had to do any Wizrobe dungeons much, the enemies on the world weren't terrible. I got the early one, so that was helpful. So I was like, all right, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going for a little while, and yeah, hold on, I'm gonna pause and say hi, Liam. So one of the people who watches my stream, his son is named Liam, and he's very, very young, and he enjoys Zelda. So I'm waiting for the day where Liam can kick all of our butts in Zelda Randomizer. But yeah, I was just like, okay, there's a rupee boss here. That's really handy. It's only a couple of rooms from start, and I'm not the best at this game, so I was like, I'm like, okay, I've seen the blue ring. I may have to buy meat because at that point I didn't know I don't think I knew silvers were outside of, or not silvers, but the ladder was maybe outside of second quest 7 or 8. And I'm going, all right, well, that's the perfect place for a meat block. This could be a problem. And, but yeah, it was very nice. I was very, very thrilled. I walked in and I was like, there's a free ladder, and the Wizrobes, I was trying to get enough HP up. I cleared the room after getting the ladder because that Gleeok was in a room that can have a drop in level 1. So I was like, I'm all the way over here. Let's see if I can get enough health to be able to kill this without having to, oh my, poor Czardia. They are seeing a lot more of this level 7 than I am. But yeah, I was like, oh, let me clear the Gleeok, and then I went down a couple more rooms, just a couple of keys, and there was a red ring, and I was like, oh, the game likes me today.
Yes, we saw your happy dance for that red ring. I thought you were gonna just rupee farm it immediately to get up to 255. I'm like, that was so smart for you to leave that.
Well, I mean, I do it all the time in races. It just doesn't usually work out. And then without knowing, so in the beginning of the race, I don't like to touch money these days because if I don't know for sure if I'm going to have to buy a candle and I don't know for sure what the money is, I will frequently leave the money alone until I know whether or not extra candles has rolled on, because second quest money, there's not a lot of it, especially since I think we were vanilla again. Or at least I know it was 10, 30, and 100, which I know is what it is for first quest, but I didn't know if that's what it is for second quest, because I've never actually played vanilla second quest. I avoid it like the plague.
Smart.
Look at all these muggers in 7!
Yeah. It is the same numbers, but there's even, not only are there less large secrets, there's less of all the secrets.
Yeah, I know you get an extra small. I thought you had an extra medium, but I could have that very, very wrong.
You get an extra small.
I know for sure you get an extra small, because that's one of the ways to figure out if you're playing on if you track your secrets, that's one of the ways to figure out. Beefy manhandlers are jerks, by the way. That's one of the ways to figure out if you're on first quest money or second quest money, is if you end up, I think it's 5 small secrets in vanilla and 6 in second quest? Or something like that. Like, you can count them. You can count them, which is really helpful. Because if you haven't seen, like, the dungeon entrance or something like that, it's a really easy way to kind of keep track of it.
First quest is 4 small, 7 medium, 3 large. Second quest is 6 small, 7 medium, 1 large, and an extra door repair.
Ugh. Did they really have to throw the door repair in? I mean, that's kind of rude.
There's an extra door somewhere.
Well, I mean, I know there's extra cave entrances. But yeah, I think the thing I was most relieved about is that I didn't have to go find a recorder. Because I was going into 9 and I'm like, I knew that extra bosses had rolled on.
Yes.
And I'm just going, Dig Dogger, please don't be in 9. Like, please do not. Because I know in second quest 9 there's not as many transport staircases. At least I don't believe so. And I was on my way before I realized I hadn't pushed the wall with the room and the bats all the way down in the bottom. I was on my way back to the only other staircase I had marked as a question mark. I was just like, all right, well, I can go back and check the staircase and see if that's how I'm going to get around the shoot room that she is very conveniently on the other side of.
She had to barricade herself in.
Well, I mean, Ganon, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to hug bacon. Well, I mean, not at least with your hands.
It gets greasy. It gets
not wet bacon.
That's why
I am a fan of squishy bacon. I am very strange, and I don't actually like my bacon cooked to like super crispy charcoal. So like if oh no, I definitely don't want to hug it, but I mean chop it up and put it in some quiche or like you know on a sandwich. Or I actually made so in addition to being at the mechanics for most of the day and then the repair stuff, when I got home I actually had to make macaroni and cheese to take to work tomorrow because I told everybody, I'm like, yeah, you know, if it's not a terrible day I'll bring lunch. And then last week I was trying to make it and they turned off all the water in my complex. So it's been interesting. Don't live in states that are not equipped to handle cold weather. Or rather do, but you know, just make sure you insulate your buildings.
I mean, a lot of us who live in the states with the cold weather just get to deal with it every day, and they're like, "Yep, it's cold."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I was in New York, I was just like, yeah, no, this is how life is. But I am perfectly okay with getting a slight sunburn sitting at the mechanics while I was waiting for them to fix my car. I mean, it was like 65. I was like, this is really nice. I enjoy this. Okay. But yeah, I feel like the seed was remarkably kind. That was definitely a thing.
I was trying to see if I could get any visibility on Czardia's tracker. Unfortunately, it's not visible on their stream itself.
I don't know if they ever stream with it visible.
Yes, it's quite probable that they have either mismarked 4 or just have forgotten that they only got 1 item out of 4.
Well, to be fair, the only reason I kept digging until I found the bow was because I got the map, and I think I had to go through the transport staircase. That I was like looking at this, and I'm looking at the position we entered the dungeon. I'm going, this is going to be segmented, isn't it? Because I think the map was on the other side.
Yeah, but from what I recall, the bow was not in the bottom segment of 4. It was up in the top.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I only knew that the room was up there because I actually found the map in the second half of the dungeon. That's the only reason I stayed in there is because I could actually see how large it was, and it wasn't a terrible level 4, so I was just going, all right, you know, I think this is not bad. It looks like Czardia is kind of fixated on this level 7, though. And,
Czardia found a lot of combat blocks in here, ended up using both their potions and then dying. So they up-aid to go buy a new potion, hit the fairy fountain and save off the fairy fountain, and then came back up here to continue the combat.
There's a ton of beefy manhandlers. And I want to ask our tracker, Alan, Have we not already seen 2 heart containers in this 7? We've only seen 1. And it's real interesting. Zardia also hasn't been back to 2. There's multiple small dungeons.
Two is so
Zardia
nice.
has not returned to.
2 was so nice.
They may not be aware that heart shuffle's on.
Oh no, that would be highly problematic.
They should know it at this point because we saw multiple hearts on the overworld. All 3 of the overworld things were hearts.
Personally, they just may not be aware of, and according to our tracker, we've already seen 2 heart containers in 7.
I mean, so far they've only got 1 room left that it looks like they haven't been in, so it'll be curious to see what happens as soon as they can figure out how to get into that room.
Correct. Wait, the 7 was going to turn to a full clear, which is, I'll be honest, is a work of art, even if it's not required. Look at all the darknuts and wizrobes they've endured.
Yeah, I mean, I really did get
item
lucky.
of 7. Sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
I'm a little head on the gun. It's not happening on stream yet. I'll wait.
It's okay. I mean, I just hope, they can head to 4, because they're kind of not in the right section of the world for it, but really nice combat here in this wizard room.
This is good stuff.
I mean, that's not an easy room to fight anything in.
None of the difficult combat was required, except against a few of the bosses, which you did some great work on the Gleeox, by the way. Good door strats and all that.
Thank you. I mean, if the game gives me a safety door and beam sword, I'm totally going to take advantage of that.
Well, there's the item of level 7, the raft.
Oh, dear.
Opens 2 locations, and Czardia already knows where all the dungeons are.
Well, I mean, I would still pick it up anyway. Maybe there's like a present or something waiting for you. Because I think I only found 3 of 4 take-any's.
I'm hoping this guides them back into their lower dungeons, which are still unclear.
One would be ideal.
They never found the red ring in 1, specifically because keys were low at the time. They didn't want to spend that key to go down on the far side of 1 where you did. And I oh man, that happy dance. I also called when you were picking up the bow. I'm like, CD's still digging in this 4. She's going pretty deep because she's still looking for it, and then it dropped.
Yeah, the other big flex point in this race was that Czardia went to the northeast corner first. And then took a Lion-O death and ended up not getting their sword until about 22, 23 minutes. They ended up getting just as many Triforces as you. I think they were actually ahead on Triforces.
Yes.
Because they were doing great with just like some candles and bombs.
Swordless and finding the quick tries in the early dungeons.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, all of the... it felt like a lot of those Triforces were like 2 or 3 rooms in. I was like, oh, this is good. Kind of. Except for when I found the red ring in 1, like my stomach dropped a little bit and my brain was going, I'm behind. Like, if they routed this way and they made it into this dungeon, they got the ladder and they got the red ring already, I am behind, and this is bad. And then, yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know many Z1R players that don't, at some point, think that they are incredibly behind.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
Has Czardia found the White Sword Heart?
You're talking to Mr. Full Clear.
Yeah.
Have they seen the White Sword Heart? Yes.
Yeah, have they seen the White Sword Heart? Okay, because I'm wondering why they're going to check the raft spot. Maybe they really did mismark level 4, but they're on the right side of the world for it, at least.
Yeah, 4 was over here in the east.
Oh, man.
I believe they found the White Sword Heart. It was over at the
it was in Death Mountain.
The burn...
Somewhere, wasn't it?
No, it was the burn next to Recorder Lake in the Dead Woods.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. So when I can pick up the White Sword item, I don't actually mark it on the tracker. I just kind of ignore it. I'm like, blank that spot out, mark it on the tracker, and just ignore the fact that that cave even existed.
Because that helped us figure out, along with a couple other things we had seen, that Deceptive Hints was on.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go back and stab that guy in level 2. Because he told me about 3 being in the Dead Woods, and then I found 3 up on Vanilla 6, and I'm going, well, Deceptive Hints are on. Good thing I didn't want to buy any of them. Because I think I would have been a little ticked off if I had went and gone ahead and bought all of the, them.
I think Czardia has seen all this there's 3 overworld hearts, which they have. There's 2 hearts in 7, which they found. There's 3 more hearts from Take Any's, and they did take a potion on their first Take Any's. So I think that's 3, 6, 7, 8 extras. Yeah, and the only reason they haven't gone back into 8 is because of that Goma, like 2 rooms in, that's required to keep going.
Yeah, I didn't even have that information when I left 8 the first time. I just saw the ladder block and I went, yeah, it's second quest 8, and I can't go any further without a ladder, which told me my ladder wasn't going to be in 9. And, yeah. And then I was just like, well, let's go see what else I can find, because if given the choice, who really wants to dig second quest level 8 first? At all. I mean, who wants to dig it at all?
No! Czardia just took a death walking into level 1.
Oh, no.
Well, they'll probably return. I got a problem about this one, y'all. 0 keys.
He does, yeah. I don't think they can canana key off of that either.
Not from what
because I didn't really see very. There was a free key straight down in that room in 1, which is why I decided to go ahead and use some of them. Darn. Yeah. And being vanilla, hey, that other cave opened.
Yes.
I hate those 2 spots. Can I just say that that is my least favorite thing to try to bomb in a mix with the river.
What I have to remember for those spots now is it's because I'm always approaching it usually from the waterfall side. The first one is 4 over from the left, and the other one is 3 over from the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never feel like I bomb those correctly when it's mixed quests. I always like stare at them for a second and go, "Was that right?"
I mean, I try to line. Oh, is this the red ring room?
No, it's all the way on the far left side, bottom column B.
Oh dear, but yeah, I try to line it up with the. Oh, I was trying to canana key off the bat. I like that, but I didn't know you could do it without a shutter door.
You cannot.
Actually, they've tried that a couple times.
But yeah, I try to line it up with the HUD like I do the river spot, the coast spots. But I always have trouble, like the one I think on the left, the shorter one. I just it makes my head hurt. I'm like, now this is a pain.
There is a key past these whiz ropes, but we haven't seen a compass.
There might be,
or an old man.
No, it's the old man.
Czardia's gonna need a key drop.
Oddly enough, that is a true false.
Jeez,
hint.
what dodging?
Ugh.
This had the ladder. This will not have a drop.
At this point, I think we're just farming something.
Yes,
right?
we are farming. That's mean, Goma. So down from that Goma room is the red ring.
I want to say that Goma drops a key, but unfortunately, Czardia cannot kill it.
Yeah. We will continue rooting for Czardia and channeling our ESP to say, go check 4. Go check 4. Because they didn't see much of 4. Even just going back to 4 with a sword, they'd probably be able to find some rooms with keys and could get around some. But you're now 1-1 CD. Not looking at the records of anyone else currently. Is there someone you would like to face in week 3?
Can I go with somebody I don't want to face?
Sure, that would be anyone in the top 10.
Exactly, because when you draw the tournament defending champion as your 0-0 week matchup, I mean, you know, that's a thing. So, basically, I just want it to be a good race. And just to point out, Czardia has gone ahead and forfeited in the race room, so we'll see if they wish to join us here in just a minute.
Okay. Understandable. Understandable. A good effort put up by Czardia. It was close throughout. You essentially finding that bow and the knowledge that came with that started really kind of snowballing everything in your favor from that point.
Yeah, that was one of those. I seriously thought I was going to open the race room and they were going to be done about 5-6 minutes before I was.
Oh, that was well played on your part.
But yeah, let's get some GGs in chat for Czardia, guys. That was not having to actually dig level 7 and level 8 in second quest is just, it's torture.
All right, we'll be joined by Czardia shortly. Yeah, go back in your previous point. In my very first tournament, when I got to my second round of bracket, I had to face defending champion RC Drone. Or not defending champion, number one ranked RC Drone.
Wow, yeah.
Who would go on to win the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you know, I should be used to it. My first tournament ever was the last random percent tournament. And my first two, my only two, because it was straight into like a bracket formation, I faced Zornax and then I faced Jay Coper. So it's like, okay. And then I think I've had groups with you, Shaddy, Adirondack Rick, Fry Teeth. So it's always been, you know, it's always been an uphill battle, but at least it's fun.
And we are joined now by Czardia. Good run, Czardia.
GG, Czardia.
It seems I missed something.
If
Well,
only you had returned to 4.
This is the second race in a row where I've dipped out of a dungeon and it had the required item that I needed to finish.
Oh no!
that's,
Was it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you have it? Did you have it marked as both items cleared, or was it just out of sight, out of mind?
I only had the not the floor item in 4, the stair item, so it was still on my list of things to do.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you were currently, just before you forfeited, you were currently working on the red ring, which was the key door that you were frustrated at in level 1.
And sadly, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, the Goma that was just outside of the key door in level 1 drops a key. So it was, yeah. The game has a sense of humor.
But you did.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Oh, you did show off a lot of really strong combat in the, digging through that level 7, and you were doing a great job of navigating the overworld. It took you a while to find the sword, but you were actually, I believe, up in Triforces by the time you found it.
Yeah, I got lucky digging dungeons, finding Triforces. I just thought I'd take a peek. Maybe I'll find a white sword or a wand or something. Never did find either one of those.
Wand was back in 2. CD encountered 2 a little later, and then did a full dig on it to find wand and power bracelet. You, finding it earlier, just found the quick power bracelet, and with the early Triforce, dipped out.
Yeah, that's been the bane of my races so far.
There are goodies. There are goodies hiding in these dungeons. And yeah, Heart
Just
Shuffle.
have a bad luck dipping.
I don't know when you figured out that Heart Shuffle was on. We were still trying to figure it out during the early part of the race. It's like, wait, okay, we got a heart at the Armos, and it's like, wait till we see a heart in a staircase, and we just kept hitting item. It's like, oh, maybe not. And then someone got to the coast, and we saw another heart, and it's like, okay, no, Heart Shuffle's on.
Yeah, I knew in 2 when I got it was the wand and the power bracelet, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to maybe go back to 3.
Yeah, that's a big kicker.
We're still missing the recorder, the book, the red candle, the any key, the white sword. That's somewhere around here.
I want to say that the recorder might have actually been blocking 6, given what Czardia had seen and what I've seen. We've seen most of the overworld spots we could get to, including the power bracelet spots. So I think that 6 is actually recorder blocked, since neither of us found the recorder. Yeah, somewhere you really just know. Game.
No.
Why? Why is that a thing?
Also, extra bosses. I don't know if you've ever played a seed with that before, Czardia.
Oh yeah, I've played plenty of seeds with that before. The Manhandler was a bit of a pain.
He was.
Oh yeah, he was beefy. He was like, I ate my Wheaties and I'm not getting out of the way.
I think I burned 4 or 5 potions this run.
Without Red Ring, it kind of required it. Oof.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and say GG's to Czardia and good luck moving forward. I'm doing comms in a little bit and I've got to go find food.
Yes, go for that.
So thank you to Alan for doing the tracking and Magic Friends and Melchior for doing the commentary. It's greatly appreciated, and good luck moving forward in the tournament, Czardia.
Thank you so much, GG.
GG's. Have a good night.
Alrighty, Czardia, any final words?
Well, you can only have bad luck dipping out of dungeon so many times. Maybe next race I'll be able to have the good luck.
All you gotta find is just bow and silvers initially, and then if nothing else is blocked and you don't need ladder, you're good to go.
At least combat was on point. That's something to walk away from feeling good about.
It always feels good when your combat's on point.
Yeah, your combat looked really clean this race.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the crew to coming out and doing this race, and thank you to the entire community. It's been a lot of fun so far. My goal is to have fun, and I'm doing so far.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for putting on a great show tonight.
So, racers, that's going to wrap up our race tonight. We do have more racing going on later. At, what is this, 8:30, we'll have Jay Coper and Leslie Pro on Speed Gaming 2. At, what is this, 9 o'clock, you are hosting on Z1 Randomizer, Mako versus Saitown.
That's correct.
And then, yeah, we've got races starting every half hour for a while here. Chess Jerk and Kennedy.
Kennedy J. I just call him Kennedy.
That's how you say that? Kennedy J? Okay. And also Truant Gamer and Shaddy at 11.
Oh baby,
That's
the
a big
late
one.
night race is stacked.
Late night race gonna be good. So stick around. We'll have more racing all week long. And with that, I am all set to go. Melchior, thank you for the cast.
Yep, good stuff, Magic Friends. Nice to work again. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. More races happening throughout the Speed Gaming channels tonight. Check out Speed Gaming. Currently has a race going on right now, probably. And then more coming in an hour right here on Speed Gaming 2 with Jay Coper versus Leslie Pro. And stick it to Speed Gaming 4 and Speed Gaming throughout the rest of the night for more Zelda 1 Randomizer. Y'all have a good evening.
Have a good night.